Ride Smart 316 track days. We've ridden them both, but there is another.
There is another.
What's going on, guys? Half click up there. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Fizzer Friday. It is a beautiful 65 some odd degrees here in Central Texas, and you know what? There is a top tier racetrack in Decatur, Texas, and it's called Eagles Canyon Raceway. You may have heard about it. Now, the thing about Eagles Canyon is that it's really top tier. There are a lot of Moto America riders. Hang on. As I was saying, there are a few Moto America riders that frequent Eagles Canyon. Caleb Tyrell, Cameron Beaubier, Sean Dillon Kelly. They've all sampled Eagles Canyon, and they all really loved it. You can check out some of their posts on Instagram where they talk about enjoying that racetrack very much. Supposedly it's like a really excellent training track. Well, so enter track buddy Brian and his latest insights into a third organization, a very personalized organization, and it's called Sport Rider Coaching. You can check them out at sportridercoaching.com. This is basically a program like the pros train. All right, it's either one-on-one, you and a professional, or two-on-one. Well, track buddy Brian and myself have teamed up with a coach, and we're going to get some one-on-one time, boys, and it's going to be absolutely epic. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I might not be a good enough track rider to really benefit from an organization like sportridercoaching.com. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think that I can hold my own to an extent. Obviously, you guys know with a Fizzer, we're kind of held back by the machine. However, we're not held back by rider skill anymore. And what I mean, or we're not limited to rider skill only anymore, because we installed R6 rear sets on this bike. So the physical limitation is gone, and I plan on capitalizing on that. So, you know, it's two-on-one coaching. I intend to work on body position, so you can pick which area of the craft you want to work on, and I'm going to pick rider positioning because I've never drug knee, guys. Like, this bike is not factory designed to drag knee. In fact, as you know, the factory pegs won't let you. And so since I have the capability physically to drag knee now, I feel like it's important for me to get an understanding of what that really entails, because the capabilities that this bike now has to lean, I don't have any experience in capitalizing upon. And so with that being said, I plan on focusing on rider positioning. And the other thing about it is, you know, it's always sketchy when you visit a new track for the first time. And so I'm like, yeah, guy, I'd like to focus on riding position. But by the way, I've never been on this track before, so let me get used to it first, right? That's like a thing, man. I can't just jump out there and go to task, you know? So for this event, I'm gonna have to learn the track first, and then be able to focus on riding position and actually hanging off of a motorcycle, since I've never effectively done it in a controlled environment like that before. And so it should be exciting. There should be a lot to learn. So far in this FZ6R track day series, we have done track days at the 1.3 mile at Crescent, the 1.7 mile at Crescent. We've done MSRH down in Houston, and now we'll be doing Eagles freaking Canyon Raceway of all tracks. It's probably going to be pretty surreal, guys. And what are the odds that there might be? Well, no, you know what? There won't be, because Moto America season kicks off tomorrow with the Daytona 200. So never mind. I was just going to say, how sick would it be if some random professional racer was there just working on his craft? Yeah, we're rolling into the actual professional season now, so I doubt that would happen. Could you imagine if one day this becomes the first FZ6R to ever be put on Circuit of the Americas? Boys, aspirations are wonderful, but let me advertise for myself just for a minute and say that your sponsorship sure helps. In fact, I'll be perfectly transparent with you guys like I always am. Sport rider coaching is not cheap. It's not as expensive as Coda neither, but it's $335 for 2-on-1 coaching for a day. I was able to use my latest YouTube payout to pay half of that, roughly. So that gives you an idea of how expensive this stuff is relative to what I actually make on YouTube, which just to get half of that took about 3 months. So that's seriously a thing. So if you want to sponsor your boy for FZ6R track days and all the things, you can click the little super thanks dollar heart thing down there. You can also help just by clicking the like button, and you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. You can do all those things. So yeah, let's get us to Circuit of the Americas. What do you say? Maybe not this year, but depending on how zealous you folks are, maybe we can make that happen later in the year. That would be epic, man. The world's first FZ6R to make the rounds at Circuit of the Americas. Could you imagine? Have to change our gearings for that outfit, boys. Have to set her up to stretch her legs a little bit more for that one. Here we go. Now, honestly, I don't know what the camera rules are at Eagle Canyon. We'll find out soon enough. I should probably email the riding coach and just find out for sure. You know, we've got all the metal housings and tethers and stuff now. Hopefully that suffices. One of the options was to pay an extra 25 bucks or 35 bucks, something like, I think 25 bucks, and it would include a micro SD card with all of your footage from the day. And I'm like, man, why would I pay for that when I'm gonna have an epic camera setup, you know? But it would make sense if that offering is a thing, simply because they don't allow cameras on motorcycle setups. I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case, and we get some epic footage, because it's going to be quite the racetrack to experience. That's for dang sure. Why are we doing 70 and a 75? Wait a minute, did I even tell you guys when this is going to be? I don't think I did. Next month, April 28th. April 28th, it's a Saturday. It's a 2-day event, but Sunday was completely booked. So it's going to be Saturday the 28th. Me and track buddy Brian. Brian will be doing both days, but he'll be on his R6, so that'll be cool too. But, in other news, I do have some sort of sad news, guys. I don't know if you've checked out my Biking with Brandon series, but Brandon and his wife are going to be moving back to Iowa soon, and so the Biking with Brandon series is going to come to an unfortunate screeching halt. But there's going to be one last hoorah, and it's going to be a heck of a hoorah. It's going to be an epic adventure. It's coming, if not this next weekend, the weekend of Friday the 17th. Then it'll be the next weekend of Friday the 24th. Brandon and I and one of his buddies from Dallas-Fort Worth named Justin, who is on a Harley-Davidson Pan American. Right? I know. So I'm going to be on trimming my 2014 Tiger 800 because this is going to be a moto camping trip, boys. And it's just going to be us three guys, if Justin can make it. Otherwise, it'll just be me and Brandon most likely. But yeah, we are going to go to the Three Twisted Sisters and moto camp Friday night and Saturday night, right back on Sunday. Got the itinerary all planned out. It's going to be friggin' spectacular. And so that's going to send off Brandon and our Biking with Brandon series, send it off with a bang. How about it? So be looking for that content coming shortly. I say shortly, right? I got to film the trip and then come back, edit and upload. So it'll be a multi-part series, of course, probably divided up by days. But yeah, guys, so plenty of content coming down the pipe. We have our first track day in a very personalized coaching environment at Eagles Canyon Raceway next month, April 28th. And just either next weekend or the weekend after, we're going to go to the Three Twisted Sisters on an epic 3-day moto camping adventure. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Fizzer Friday. As always, this has been me, and that has been you. Tactical Cup. Catch you on the next one. Peace and goodbye.